You walk into a room, you say nothing. Yet somehow everyone notices you. No jokes, no charm, no words, just presence. That's not fiction. That's what happens when a man understands silent attraction. Because the most attractive energy isn't loud. It's still. It doesn't push. It pulls. And the man who knows how to channel that kind of energy doesn't need to prove himself. He doesn't need to chase attention. Attention finds him, not because of how he looks, but because of how he carries what he already is. This video will show you exactly how to become that man without saying a word. It starts with how you enter a room, not rushed, not timid, just grounded. Your steps are deliberate, your shoulders relaxed, your gaze steady, not searching, not avoiding, just present. That presence says more than any clever opener ever could. It says, I'm not here to seek approval. I'm here because I belong. Most men shrink their energy to stay unnoticed, or they overcompensate to seem confident. But the man who simply is, without flinching, without performance, that man becomes magnetic, because he's not performing for the room. He's in command of himself. And that self-command creates instant respect before he even speaks. There's a difference between being quiet and being felt. Most quiet men disappear, but the attractive silent man, he holds space. He's not afraid of eye contact. He doesn't fidget. He doesn't overcorrect his posture just because someone looked his way. He's not doing nothing. He's doing just enough. And that restraint creates tension. You don't need to dominate a conversation to be unforgettable. You just need to be present, fully, intentionally, unapologetically. Because real presence isn't something you talk about. It's something people sense. If you're ready to build that kind of presence, hit subscribe and tap the bell. This next shift will rewire how you carry yourself. Your body speaks louder than your words ever could. And most men don't realize they're screaming insecurity without saying a thing. The slouched posture, the nervous shifting, the forced smile, the quick glances that say, "Am I okay?" But the man who holds himself with calm awareness, chin slightly lifted, shoulders relaxed, chest open, he commands attention by default. He's not trying to take up space. He's just not shrinking from it. And that subtle confidence, that physical groundedness, makes people respond to him before he even engages. Because your nervous system tells her something before you ever say a word. This man is safe, steady, present. And that presence is what stays in her memory, long after the conversation ends. Silence used right is power. Used wrong, it's invisibility. Most men avoid silence because it feels awkward. They rush to fill space, to say something, anything to avoid tension. But the attractive man, he knows that silence isn't a threat. It's a tool. When he pauses before answering, holds eye contact a second longer, lets her speak without interrupting. That quiet creates depth. It signals, I'm not here to impress, I'm here to observe. And that shift flips everything, because now she doesn't feel chased. She feels seen, not rushed, not performed for. Seen. And that kind of seeing is rare. It's what makes your presence linger without saying a word. The most attractive silent men all share one trait: inner stillness. They're not emotionally numb, but they're emotionally anchored. While others react, they observe. While others rush to fix, they hold space. While others perform, they remain. This is the foundation of Stoic masculinity. Not coldness, but calm control. You don't get rattled when she pulls back. You don't panic if someone challenges you. You don't chase after emotional comfort. Because you're not looking for stability outside, you've built it inside. And that energy is rare. It settles the room. It makes her feel safe, even if she doesn't understand why. You become a man who regulates, not a man who needs to be regulated. That's power. Your eyes say everything. They tell her if you're confident or if you're hiding. The beta gaze scans, avoids, seeks approval. It's uncertain. It wavers. It asks, "Am I enough?" But the grounded man's gaze, it doesn't chase. It holds. He looks not to dominate, but to see. Calm, still, unflinching. It's not intense, it's intentional. He's not trying to penetrate. He's just not afraid to witness. And when a woman feels that, when she realizes you're not performing, not pretending, not posturing, it shakes her rhythm, because most men are trying to get a reaction. But you're just there, solid, observing. And that stillness creates the most tension of all. Attraction lives in vibe, not volume. You don't need a perfect line or a loud presence. You need energy alignment. That means your internal world matches your external behavior. You feel calm, so you move calmly. You feel certain, so your presence feels rooted. Most men are fragmented. They say one thing, but their tone betrays fear. Their body fakes confidence while their eyes search for validation. But when your vibe is clean, no contradiction, no performance, people don't just hear you, they feel you. And that feeling sticks. The woman you just met doesn't remember what you said. She remembers how safe, curious, or charged she felt around you. And the man who can create that without saying a word, he doesn't need pickup lines. He is the signal. Silent attraction isn't just about how you show up with women. It's how you show up everywhere. The man who walks with purpose, alone. The man who works out without needing to post about it. The man who holds eye contact with the barista, thanks her, and moves on. That man is attractive not because of a strategy, but because of a standard. He's not proving. He's not peacocking. He's not needy for attention. He's just disciplined, present, calm. And the irony? That consistency builds more attraction than any pickup tactic ever could. Because people feel your baseline, your habits, your tone with strangers, your decisions when no one's watching. You're not just attractive to women. You become attractive to the world. A woman doesn't fall for your resume. She falls for your energy print. She doesn't remember your words. She remembers how your presence felt in her body. When you don't try to entertain her, when you don't rush to prove you're different, when you sit in calm silence and just be, she starts to wonder, who is this guy? Why does he feel so different? Why do I want more, even though he said less? It's not about mystery games. It's about energetic clarity. You didn't push. You didn't chase. You didn't try to manage her perception. You were just there, solid, present, clean. And that kind of energy builds a memory she can't shake. The most attractive men aren't loud because they don't need to be. They've stopped trying to convince the world of anything. They don't perform strength. They live it, quietly, consistently. He doesn't explain why he's valuable. He embodies it. He doesn't argue his worth. He protects it. He doesn't chase validation. He filters energy. And because of that, people lean in. They try harder to get close. Women especially feel the difference. They can sense when a man is rooted in himself, not because of status, not because of charm, but because he leads his own energy. He's not looking for permission to be attractive. He already is. You become magnetic when your presence says what your words never need to. No need to posture. No need to prove. No need to pursue. You've dropped the performance. You've stopped adjusting your truth to keep peace. You've stopped rushing to fill silence or soften your edge. And what's left? Stillness, certainty, direction. The man who carries that energy becomes unforgettable, not because he entertained, but because he affected. She might not know why she's drawn in, but she feels it in your pauses, in your posture, in the weight of your attention. You didn't say much, but your presence said everything. You don't need better lines. You need a stronger frame. You don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer. When a man walks through the world fully grounded, when he moves with intention, speaks with restraint, and holds tension without flinching, everything about him becomes more compelling. And it's not because he said something clever. It's because he didn't need to. You don't become that man overnight. But every time you resist the urge to seek attention, every time you stay centered in silence, every time you prioritize presence over performance, you're building him, piece by piece, moment by moment. And eventually, people don't just notice, they remember. You become the most attractive man in the room, not when you speak the loudest, but when your silence carries weight. Because that silence isn't empty, it's full of discipline, presence, self-respect, and calm certainty. No performance, no neediness, no fake charm, just grounded masculine energy that doesn't ask to be seen. It demands it, without a word. That's what she remembers. That's what shifts the room. That's what makes you rare. Not because you said the right thing, but because you didn't need to say anything at all. What's one silent habit or behavior you've seen in others that instantly commands respect? And how will you start practicing it today? Drop it in the comments. If this video hit you, don't stop here. Watch. Body language that triggers female desire instantly. And alpha versus beta mindset. Which one are you and how women see it? Both will sharpen how you move, how you lead, and how women feel your presence before you say anything.